Everyone has an opinion on this. F1 fans will tell you it is the fastest, most technically demanding sport on Earth. Formula E fans will tell you their drivers deal with things F1 drivers would genuinely struggle with. Both sides think they are right. Today we find out who actually is. We are scoring this properly. 5 categories. Head-to-head, and by the end there is a winner, and I promise you it is not the one most people expect. Category 1. Raw speed and physical demand. F1 cars hit 372 kilometers per hour. They pull over 5G through high-speed corners. Drivers train specifically to keep their head upright at speed, because at 5G a human head effectively weighs 30 kilograms. The physical toll of a 60-lap race at Suzuka or Spa is genuinely brutal. Formula E tops out at 280 kilometers per hour. G-forces average around 2.5. The physical demand is real, but the ceiling is lower. Category 1 goes to F1, and it is not particularly close. Category 2. Technical complexity. An F1 car has over 80,000 components. The power unit alone involves combustion, 2 separate energy recovery systems, and thermal management within fractions of a degree. The engineering complexity is the highest in motorsport, full stop. But here is what most people miss. Formula E drivers manage their own energy strategy live from the cockpit every single lap. No engineer telling them when to harvest. No team call on deployment. That cognitive layer does not exist in F1 in the same way. The engineering goes to F1. The in-cockpit complexity is closer than people think. This one is a draw. 2 down. F1 leads by a point. But the next 3 categories are where this gets very uncomfortable for F1 fans. Category 3. Environment and margin for error. F1 runs a 24-round season across purpose-built circuits and a handful of street tracks. Most rounds have wide runoff areas, tire barriers, gravel traps. The circuit is built around the car. Formula E runs every single round on a street circuit. Not most rounds. Every round. Concrete walls the entire season. Armco barriers inches from the car every race weekend all year. The cumulative margin for error across a full Formula E season compared to a full F1 season is not even close. Category 3 goes to Formula E. Category 4. In-race decision-making. In F1, the pit wall handles strategy, tire windows, undercut timing, safety car responses. The driver is the executor of a plan built by a team of strategists. In Formula E, there are no pit stops to reset the equation. The driver manages their own energy budget, lap by lap, with no margin to get it wrong. Attack mode must be triggered by physically driving off the racing line at speed in traffic. If the driver miscalculates their energy by 1%, in the final 3 laps they are a passenger. That level of live cognitive load does not exist in F1. Category 4 goes to Formula E. Category 5. Consistency under pressure. F1 runs 24 rounds over 9 months. The sustained mental and physical output required at that level over a full season is a real and specific kind of endurance. But Formula E has the statistically tightest grid in single-seater motorsport. In a typical Formula E season, the points gap between 1st and 10th after 5 rounds is smaller than F1's gap between 1st and 3rd. More drivers can win, more drivers can lose. Every lap carries more pressure because the field never spreads out. Tight grids are harder to race in. Category 5 goes to Formula E. Narrowly. Formula E wins on 4 of 5 categories. But the honest answer is this. F1 drivers have the harder physical job. Formula E drivers have the harder cognitive and environmental job. To be truly complete, you would need both skill sets. The problem is, almost nobody in mainstream motorsport coverage talks about the second half of that sentence. That is why this channel exists. Do you agree with the verdict? Drop your score in the comments. I read every single one. Subscribe if you want the series that covers what the broadcast leaves out. And watch this next.